Hi, I'm Rains Carter with Volcano Grills. Right now the charcoal that we've started a little bit earlier is almost ready. The fire rock is still burning just a little bit, but the charcoal is about where I like it, just barely lit. So I'm going to spread my charcoal out in a circle. I'm not sure if you can see that or not, but you can see that volcanic rock right underneath it. You can see it just turns to ash down there. It's harmless. I'm going to spread my charcoals out. Put them around the perimeter. They're not wanting to behave on me. That's good. So that's one right there. I'm going to go ahead and put my Dutch oven in here so it'll start warming up a little bit. I've already added a thin layer of oil so it'll start warming up. I'm just going to let that warm up just for a few minutes while I spread my charcoals over on this one. Again, you can see the volcanic ash, the volcanic rock, the ash of the volcanic rock on the bottom. Stir that up a little bit, just dump it when I'm dumping my charcoal, be just fine. And that's pretty good there. Get rid of my tongs. I'm going to put my Dutch oven on this one, let it warm up a little bit. I'm going to be doing a pork loin and some chicken legs and thighs. I'll do one and one and one and the other. Okay, I've got my Dutch ovens and the volcanoes. I've let them heat up a little bit because I want to sear the meat for the pork. You can see that they're pretty warm. You see a little bit of smoke coming from the outsides. Again, I want to show you that I can touch the sides. They're cool to the touch. I'm going to grab my pork loin, or pork roast. I just want it to sear a little bit. I'm going to let that sear on all sides. And then I've got my chicken quarters. Both of them are just a little bit of oil with some salt and pepper seasoning. I didn't do too much with them at all. I wasn't worried about trying to worry about recipes. I wanted to do basic recipes here for you just so I can show you how to use them. Put back on another glove so I can spread this chicken out. Safety first. I'm just going to spread this chicken out a little bit. The heat of my charcoal is on the outside of this Dutch oven. If you remember, I put it in a circle. Because of that, it's going to heat up the walls. In a few moments I'll put my the Dutch oven lid on top, and that'll trap that heat in nicely. So I've got some chicken thighs here. I'm just going to place them right in between these legs. Again, this is just a simple recipe. It's just oil, a little bit of salt and pepper. Those fit in there pretty good. Thanks. I'm just going to leave those like that. I'm going to go ahead and put on my lid. Got another pair of tongs here. Just going to flip that meat over. You don't really have to sear it. The heat of the Dutch oven itself will actually trap in those juices, but it sure looks pretty to sear just a little bit for the camera. Now that that's nice and browned on both sides, again, this is just oil, salt, and pepper. Something simple. Later on, I'm going to add some pre-seasoned potatoes to it, and we'll finish it off. Both of these are going to take about an hour to cook, so I'm going to put the lids on them and let them go from there. I'll show you some of our accessories while these are cooking. This is our Volcano lid. The Volcano lid will fit right over this, and it makes it into a convection oven. So the heat that's coming up from that charcoal is going to shoot up the sides of this volcano sort of like a chimney. Instead of the charcoal radiating out heat and heating up areas that it doesn't need to, the charcoal now can heat up like a chimney. By putting on this volcano lid, that heat will actually get trapped inside the lid and rotate around like a convection oven. This is also great for wind. It's also great for rain, a little thing like that. If I had more charcoal, if I were baking breads or anything and I wanted to put charcoal on top to line it, it would protect that charcoal from the wind as well. So I'm just going to leave this on here to help that pork cook a little bit quicker. And I've got my chicken over here, and I'll check them in about 45 minutes to see if they're done. It usually takes about 45 minutes for an hour, but we'll be back in about 45 minutes.